The ongoing narrative surrounding Harry and Meghan serves as a fascinating example of unchecked contradiction, strategic victimhood, and an insatiable craving for attention. Their talent for shaping public opinion while simultaneously distancing themselves from those who might have supported them is truly remarkable. At this stage, their actions no longer provoke surprise, they merely induce fatigue. Now, let's address the core issue. Harry and Meghan persistently frame themselves as victims of an institution they claim to have left behind. Their departure from royal responsibilities was initially portrayed as a quest for freedom, an opportunity to live authentically without the constraints of royal protocol. However, they have instead transformed their grievances into a profitable enterprise, leveraging their titles and connections for financial advantage while outwardly condemning the monarchy. Meghan's determination to present herself as a self-made success story is particularly striking and for many difficult to reconcile with her actions. Meghan's repeated efforts to craft a narrative of struggle and triumph may resonate with those who do not scrutinize the details. However, for anyone observing closely, the contradictions are difficult to ignore. She married into one of the most privileged families in the world and subsequently cast herself as an underdog, battling an oppressive and unyielding system. This issue lies in a disconnect between her words and actions. Consider, for example, her outspoken concerns about privacy. In their widely publicized interview with Oprah, the couple lamented how media intrusion forced them to leave the UK. Yet mere months after relocating, they were signing lucrative deals with Netflix, Spotify, and publishers, essentially commodifying their personal lives for profit. This is an odd approach for individuals who claim to hold privacy in high regard. As for Harry, he has repeatedly damaged his own credibility. His memoir, Spare, was meant to be a candid and heartfelt account of his experiences. Instead, it read like a disjointed diary filled with petty grievances. From detailing minor family disagreements to exposing deeply personal matters, Harry appeared intent on severing any remaining familial ties. His portrayal of himself as someone seeking closure and healing fell flat when juxtaposed with the spiteful nature of his disclosures. What is perhaps most exasperating is their apparent unwillingness to take responsibility for their actions. Every failure, controversy, and misstep is deflected elsewhere, creating a pattern that has grown increasingly difficult to overlook. It's always someone else's fault. Whether it's the media, the royal family, or the public, Harry and Meghan consistently deflect responsibility for the backlash they face. In their narrative, it's never their own decisions that lead to criticism, but rather some vague external force working against them. This unwillingness to engage in meaningful self-reflection speaks volumes about their character. Their hypocrisy isn't limited to their personal lives. Meghan's proclaimed commitment to philanthropy and social justice often comes across as more of a branding strategy than a heartfelt mission. Her speeches are peppered with fashionable buzzwords and lofty platitudes but rarely translate into concrete actions. Harry's environmental advocacy is equally problematic. The couple's frequent use of private jets and indulgent lifestyle starkly contrasts with their calls for climate action, making their message difficult to take seriously. When their carbon footprint rivals that of a small nation, their words on sustainability ring hollow. Moreover, their interactions with the royal family reveal a glaring double standard. Despite stepping back from royal duties, Harry and Meghan continue to leverage their titles, using them as a means to access opportunities and secure lucrative deals. This reliance on the very institution they criticize only highlights the inconsistency in their narrative. Harry and Meghan have criticized the monarchy at every opportunity, yet they seem unable to fully sever ties. This creates a strange duality where they present themselves as outsiders while simultaneously exploiting every privilege their royal connections afford them. What's most frustrating is their repeated disregard for the truth. Time and again, their statements have been debunked, their stories revealed as exaggerated or outright false. Yet they persist, relying on the assumption that their most loyal supporters won't scrutinize their claims. Meghan's infamous statement about a secret backyard wedding is a prime example. It was swiftly proven false, yet she faced no real repercussions for disseminating misinformation. Their relentless self-promotion has also alienated even their most devoted followers. Whether it's a Netflix series, a podcast, or a memoir, their projects feel more like transparent attempts to monetize their notoriety than genuine creative expressions. The content they produce is repetitive, their messages lack substance, and their motivations are glaringly obvious. This has led to growing fatigue among audiences weary of their constant need for attention. The dynamics of their relationships further highlight troubling patterns. The Sussexes have alienated not just the royal family, but also former friends, colleagues, and staff members. Allegations of bullying or manipulation have surfaced, painting a picture of individuals who struggle to maintain harmonious connections with those around them. Their toxic behavior seems to follow them wherever they go. While Harry and Meghan have dismissed these accusations as unfounded attacks, the sheer number of complaints suggests a troubling pattern that is hard to overlook. At the heart of their issues is an apparent refusal to acknowledge that actions have consequences. They behave as though they can say and do whatever they like without being held accountable. Their brand, built on a mix of half-truths and self-pity, is beginning to falter under the strain of their own contradictions. Perhaps the most damaging aspect of their behavior is the harm they've caused to the causes they profess to support. By positioning themselves at the forefront of issues such as mental health, climate change, and social justice, they inadvertently divert attention away from the essential work being carried out by experts and advocates. Their involvement often shifts the focus from the issues themselves to the controversies surrounding their participation, undermining the very causes they claim to champion. Ultimately, Harry and Meghan's story is one of squandered potential. They were presented with a unique opportunity to use their platform to drive meaningful change, create a lasting legacy of service, and make a genuine difference. Instead, they have chosen to pursue fame and fortune, sacrificing that potential along the way. Their relentless quest for validation has left them increasingly isolated, their reputations damaged, and their credibility in ruins. As they continue to live in the public eye, it becomes evident that their primary focus lies not in making a positive impact, but in preserving their relevance. Their actions consistently overshadow their words, painting a picture of a couple more invested in self-promotion than in true service. For all their talk of authenticity and integrity, Harry and Meghan have repeatedly demonstrated that their motivations are far from noble. The stark contrast between the quiet dignity of Prince Edward and the unending chaos surrounding Harry and Meghan is nothing short of remarkable, serving as a poignant reminder of what genuine dedication to duty looks like. Prince Edward, a man who has consistently exemplified loyalty, a strong work ethic, an unwavering commitment to the royal family, stands in stark contrast to the self-serving theatrics of the Sussexes. While Edward earns respect through his steadfast dedication and service, Harry and Meghan appear intent on severing ties in a desperate bid to remain in the spotlight. Edward's approach to his royal responsibilities has been a masterclass in professionalism. His recent selection to represent the royal family at President Jimmy Carter's funeral underscores the monarchy's confidence in his ability to perform such duties with grace and dignity. This important assignment is a clear reflection of the trust King Charles places in Edward's capabilities and the respect he has garnered over the years through his consistent and reliable service. The trust King Charles places in Prince Edward has been earned through years of consistent and dedicated service. Edward has cultivated a reputation as a man of integrity, approaching his role with humility and steadfast commitment, qualities that appear to be sorely lacking in Montecito. In stark contrast, Harry and Meghan's record tells a very different story. Their inability to carry out even the simplest royal responsibilities without transforming them into spectacles underscores a glaring lack of professionalism. Where Edward excels in quietly fulfilling his duties with dignity, the Sussexes often treat every occasion as a platform for self-promotion. The difference between the two could not be more pronounced. One of the most striking distinctions lies in how they manage public perception. Edward has built a legacy as a steady and reliable figure within the royal family, allowing his actions to speak louder than words. Time and again, he has demonstrated that he prioritizes the reputation of the monarchy over any personal agenda, a stark contrast to the Sussexes' apparent focus on individual gain over collective duty. In contrast, Harry and Meghan's public Image is meticulously crafted and relentlessly managed, often at the expense of their family and the institution they claim to support. Consider Prince Edward's approach to his role as the Duke of Edinburgh. He has embraced the title with respect, viewing his responsibilities as a privilege rather than a burden. By doing so, he has reinforced his standing as a trusted and reliable member of the royal family. On the other hand, Harry and Meghan's actions suggest they see royal titles as little more than tools for personal branding. Their continued use of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles, despite their evident disdain for the monarchy, highlights a level of hypocrisy that is difficult to ignore. The differences extend beyond their handling of titles. Edward's unwavering dedication to charitable work and public service is evident in every initiative he undertakes, whether championing youth programs or supporting the arts. He approaches these commitments with genuine enthusiasm and a profound sense of duty. By contrast, Harry and Meghan's philanthropic efforts often feel performative, designed more to generate positive publicity than to drive meaningful change. Edward's ability to navigate the complexities of royal life without becoming embroiled in scandal speaks volumes about his character. He understands the delicate balance required to serve the public while maintaining personal integrity, an understanding that seems to be sorely lacking in Montecito. Harry and Meghan's tendency to air grievances and court controversy has turned them into liabilities rather than assets to the monarchy. Their constant need for attention stands in sharp contrast to Edward's quiet competence. While Edward focuses on fulfilling his duties with dignity, Harry and Meghan appear unable to resist the lure of the spotlight. Whether it's a Netflix documentary, a revealing memoir, or a carefully orchestrated photo opportunity, the Sussexes have demonstrated time and again that they prioritize fame over duty. This relentless pursuit of relevance has not only strained their relationships with their family, but also eroded their credibility. Their approach to media relations further highlights this disparity. Edward has successfully maintained a positive and professional relationship with the press, navigating his public role with grace and avoiding unnecessary drama. In stark contrast, Harry and Meghan have transformed their interactions with the media into a spectacle. Their adversarial relationship with the press often takes center stage, overshadowing the causes they claim to champion and perpetuating a cycle of controversy that undermines their stated goals. Harry and Meghan's ongoing attacks on the press, combined with their readiness to exploit the media for personal gain, have fostered a narrative of contradiction and hypocrisy that weakens their message. Meanwhile, Edward's ability to stay focused on his responsibilities without being drawn into petty disputes is a trait that Harry and Meghan would do well to adopt. Edward has consistently demonstrated an understanding of the importance of prioritizing the monarchy above personal agendas. In contrast, Harry and Meghan's actions often appear motivated by personal grudges and a desire for retribution, rather than a sincere commitment to the causes they profess to support. The respect and trust Edward has earned from the royal family are the direct results of his unwavering dedication and professionalism. He has shown that it is possible to serve the monarchy with dignity and grace, even in the face of adversity. By contrast, Harry and Meghan have squandered the goodwill they once had, choosing a self-destructive path that has led to their growing isolation. Edward's selection to represent the royal family at the significant event of President Carter's funeral not only highlights his capabilities, but also serves as a poignant reminder of what the Sussexes have forfeited. It underscores the monarchy's trust in Edward's ability to uphold its values and effectively represent its interests on the global stage. This responsibility has been earned not through flashy gestures or hollow words, but through years of quiet and consistent service. As Harry and Meghan continue to distance themselves from both the royal family and the public, Edward's rise as a respected figure within the monarchy stands as a stark reminder of the rewards that come with dedication, humility, and professionalism, qualities that the Sussexes have yet to fully embrace. Edward's actions speak volumes about true dedication. His ability to navigate the complexities of royal life with integrity and humility is a testament to his character. Ultimately, the contrast between Edward and the Sussexes highlights their differing priorities. Edward's focus on service, professionalism, and family has earned him the respect and admiration of those around him, while Harry and Meghan's relentless pursuit of fame, coupled with their refusal to take responsibility for their actions, has led to their increasing marginalization. The monarchy's decision to entrust Edward with such an important responsibility clearly reflects its priorities. It values loyalty, integrity, and dedication, qualities that Edward embodies and those that Harry and Meghan seem to lack. Edward's continued rise within the royal family is a reminder that true respect is earned, not demanded, and that actions always speak louder than words. Reflecting on the entire saga of Harry and Meghan Markle in contrast to Prince Edward's recent assignment to represent the British royal family at President Jimmy Carter's funeral, it becomes starkly apparent that we are witnessing two fundamentally different approaches to public service, family loyalty, and personal character. While Prince Edward's actions reflect dignity, responsibility, and quiet strength, Harry and Meghan appear to be caught in a self-aggrandizing cycle of deception, opportunism, and frankly, absurdity. Prince Edward's rise within the royal family is far from accidental. His journey has been marked by humility, dedication, and a firm commitment to upholding the monarchy's values. His ability to carry out his duties without seeking attention contrasts sharply with Harry and Meghan's relentless craving for the spotlight. Edward's recent representation of the royal family at the globally significant event of President Carter's funeral highlights his key role within the monarchy. It is a testament to his reliability, professionalism, and the respect he commands both within the royal family and beyond. In comparison, Harry and Meghan, self-styled Duke and Duchess of Sussex, with their ongoing grievances and public spectacles, have become little more than caricatures of themselves. Every move they make appears meticulously planned, not for the benefit of any meaningful cause, but solely to ensure their continued relevance. In a world that is increasingly weary of their antics, their actions scream of desperation, not genuine service. Their desperation, a frantic attempt to cling to fame, exposes their inability to handle it responsibly. Edward, however, has perfected the art of quiet competence. He doesn't need grand gestures or flashy statements to prove his value. His work speaks volumes, whether through his charitable contributions, his dedication to youth programs, or his steadfast support of the crown. Edward has demonstrated that true leadership is rooted in service, not self-promotion. It's no surprise that King Charles entrusted him with the responsibility of representing the monarchy at such a pivotal event. The irony of Harry and Meghan's situation is impossible to ignore. These were two individuals who once had the world at their feet. Harry, a beloved prince, and Meghan, a newcomer who brought a sense of modernity to the monarchy. Yet they managed to squander it all through a toxic mix of entitlement, dishonesty, and perpetual victimhood. Their narrative of oppression and mistreatment fails to hold weight when juxtaposed with the reality of their incredibly privileged lives. It's difficult to find sympathy for two individuals who appear more focused on profiting from their royal connections than genuinely contributing to society. Edward's significance to the royal family becomes even more evident when viewed through this lens. He embodies stability during times of turmoil, while Harry and Meghan dominate headlines with scandal and controversy. Edward goes about his duties quietly, earning the trust and respect of those around him. His actions reflect the true values the monarchy stands for: duty, honor, and a commitment to serving the public. Let's not overlook the absurdity of Harry and Meghan's constant grievances about their treatment within the royal family. They left the institution claiming they sought privacy, yet have spent every moment since actively courting media attention. Whether through tell-all interviews, Netflix docuseries, or Harry's painfully self-indulgent memoir, their actions reveal their true intentions. Privacy was never their objective. It was merely a convenient excuse to exit the royal fold while still leveraging their titles and connections for personal gain. In contrast, Edward has never pursued the spotlight. He understands that being a member of the royal family isn't about personal glory, but about serving the nation. His ability to handle his role with grace and humility has endeared him to the public, solidifying his position as a trusted figure within the monarchy. One of Edward's most striking qualities is his ability to navigate his responsibilities with authenticity and respect for the institution he serves. Edward has consistently demonstrated an ability to rise above petty disputes and family drama. While Harry and Meghan seem to thrive on conflict, Edward remains focused on the greater good, always prioritizing the interests of the royal family. His unwavering sense of responsibility has made him an invaluable asset to King Charles and the monarchy as a whole. The contrast between their approaches is striking. Edward's quiet dignity and dedication serve as a direct contrast to Harry and Meghan's relentless drama and attention-seeking behavior. Where Edward builds bridges, Harry and Meghan seem intent on burning them. While Edward's focus is on service, the Sussexes prioritize self-interest. It's no wonder Edward has earned the trust and respect of the monarchy. While Harry and Meghan find themselves increasingly isolated, Edward's role within the royal family is not just important. Edward's role within the monarchy has become even more essential at a time when the institution faces significant internal and external challenges. He exemplifies the best qualities the monarchy has to offer, displaying a rare ability to navigate these difficulties with grace and professionalism. This stands in stark contrast to Harry and Meghan's often clumsy and damaging approach. The sheer monarchy's decision to elevate Edward and entrust him with critical responsibilities highlights his character and the value he brings to the royal family. It serves as a recognition of his dedication to the institution and reinforces the principle that actions speak louder than words. A lesson that Harry and Meghan could certainly benefit from learning. Edward's importance within the monarchy cannot be overstated. He represents the values of service, loyalty, and humility, which are foundational to the royal family. His ability to fulfill his duties with dignity and professionalism not only sets him apart from Harry and Meghan, but also from anyone who seeks to undermine the monarchy for personal gain. In times of uncertainty and change, Edward provides a steady hand and a reassuring presence, a far cry from the chaos and controversy that the Sussexes seem to attract.